Top 10! Hello, people of Planet Earth Beyond. It's DJ Leomac welcoming you to another Top 10. Been a while since I did a Top 10, so without further ado, let's get started with Top 10 Games of the Year 2017. Word of advice, a game may not be on this list, and to that I say, don't care. It's my Top 10. On this list is my Top 10 games of what I've played of 2017. These are the Top 10 I like, and without further ado, let's begin with number 10.
Stop me if you've heard this one before. Bad guy crashes party, kidnaps princess, makes dramatic exit. Plucky handsome hero gives chase. Epic quest ensues. But funny story. Yeah, I'm the bad guy. Crow!
In the number 10 spot, we have Nefarious. Now, this was a game that came out right at the start of the year, and it was under a lot of people's radar. I mean, seriously, this is such a brilliant game. It's a platformer, and you get to play the villain. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, there's tons of games you get to play the villain. This is where I say to you, you don't just get to play the villain, you get to play the villain. What do I mean by this? Let's take a look at the boss battle, shall we? Yeah, so we can see that he's clearly using the egg robo. You get to pilot the egg robo. Now let's see what else here. Oh, a giant Maggie you get to smash a Viking with. Well, if that's not your thing, how about we turn things over to a turn-based RPG? That's right, in this game, the boss battles, you are the boss battle. That's such an incredible idea, and I wish it was done more. The platforming bits are good, and the plot is it's funny as hell. The banter between these characters is just so hilarious. I mean, the princess that you kidnap at the very start, she's that kidnapped half the time that she knows your right-hand henchwoman, that first name basis, and you're just like, wow, they have done this routine enough times to be known on the first name basis. Not to mention, at the very start of the game, you're usually doing your usual stick. Kidnap the princess, hero comes out of nowhere. But at this point, the hero's like, fuck it, I'm done with this shit. This is literally what I would have thought Mario would have done at any time. Just like, suck it, Princess Peach. I saved your ass too many times, and all I get is a damn cake. I mean, seriously, it was such, it literally I had a smile from ear to ear with that, seeing that. It was so funny. Just such a great game, and the plot is basically, well, if the hero ain't gonna stop me from doing my villain thing, then I better just kidnap as many princesses as I can. And there's a reason why he's kidnapping those princesses, to power up ultimate death weapon with the power of princesses. This game's plot is so out there, I love it. Number 9. Okay. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I kind of feel like I'm cheating here by adding 3 games as one, because technically they did come out as one game. You know what? Video, play it!
But, Dr. Cortex, we haven't determined the cause of past failures.
Moron! This bandicoot will be my general, and he will lead my Cortex commandos to world domination. This time, I shall reign triumphant. We are closer than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex.
Dr. Cortex, the vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do.
Failure again. Capture him!
Uh-oh.
Prepare the female bandicoot.
Yeah, the Crash Bandicoot trilogy. Now, this is why I said I felt like I was cheating, because technically they're all separate, but at the same time they came out as one game. Not to mention this is a remake as well, but it's a fun remake, and honestly, everyone I've talked to who's played this game honestly went, this is literally the best platformer ever, even though it's a remake. Or in this case, a reboot? Reimagining. Re-something, I don't know. But it's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed playing it on my PS4. It was lots of fun. And I'm perfectly gonna be honest, Crash 2 was my favorite Crash Bandicoot game. There's always something about Crash 2 that made me just love it. Now all we need to do is wait for the frickin' Spiral the Dragon HD trilogy. We want that now. Give us that now. I want to see the purple dragon. I wish to chase the purple dragon. I had no idea how this went to a drug thing all of a sudden. Ah well, moving on to number 8.
Be careful. They'll be looking for you.
In the number 8 spot, we have Resident Evil 7. Now, this was a game I was looking forward to in 2017, and it was such a good game. It delivered on everything. I mean, after the shit performance of Resident Evil 6 and 5, really, Resi 7 didn't have much a problem trying to be better than them. Not to mention, the characters were all very interesting. Like, the family alone was horrifying. The amount of Let's Plays I saw of this game was just like, can you guys stop? I mean, I understand this is like a hype game, but this is so much at once. And there's just so much of this game, so much lore, so much good stuff in there. And the scares! Oh, the scares are good. Like, some of them are jump scare, but some of them are tension-based, where you have to sneak around the corner, making sure you don't get spotted by someone. Or booby traps. Yeah, those booby traps suck. Or better yet, how about monsters made out of tar/vines? Yeah, they're scary. But yeah, this game was such a brilliant game, and I was happy that it came out. I was gonna play it for my channel, but like I said, the amount of Let's Plays I saw of this game, it was a bit ridiculous. But yes, in the number 8 spot is Resident Evil 7. And by God, Capcom, you brought it back with gloriness. Now, give us Mega Man, damn it! My number 9 sucked. We want our Blue Bomber back. I want him back. I want Mega Man back. Give us Rock. In the number 7 spot, we have Little Nightmares. Now, this was really out of nowhere. Another game that I just did not know about until I saw some Let's Plays of it. And I thought it was really cool and creative. I get a lot of Limbo and Inside vibes from this game. And so, weirdly enough, it wasn't made by those developers. Because you could literally say it was made by them, but it's not. It's made by Banco Namdai of all people. But seriously, the atmosphere in this game was so creepy. You play a little girl called Six, who literally has to survive a horrible ship-like prison place? I don't know. Filled with slugs, monster man with long arms, monster chefs. I mean, seriously, this entire game has so much lore behind it that to this day, people are still trying to figure it out. Like, seriously, the game came out at the start of the year, and there's still so much lore. Not to mention the DLC that came out for this game as well. There's some DLC that just came out, and it's so interesting. It adds more to the story and the plot than anything else. But yeah, Little Nightmares is definitely a game worth trying at least once. Just remember, don't get hungry. Number 6, we have Sonic Mania. Now this is a Sonic game right here. I've been bored as hell from all the 3D Sonic games. I'm glad that Sega decided, you know what, let's have a game that goes back to the roots. And this is Sonic 4, at least what Sonic 4 should have been. Yeah, and everything about this game is such a joy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the original Sonic games, and Sonic 4 just looks so cool, but I'm not one for making my own OC character. Plus, the getting the Chaos Emeralds in this game was much more easier than in any other Sonic game. Like, seriously, all you have to do is chase the Chaos Emeralds when you get to the special zones. And every little callback to the old areas, like Chemical Power Plant, all that stuff was so good. And the boss battles! Every boss battle feels so unique. With this boss battle against Eggman, where you're having a little puzzle game going, to one of the boss battles with one of the hard-boiled heavies, as the new enemies are called. And it all starts off at this very point, and it's just, oh, I love it! There's so much about Sonic Mania I love, and I really am glad that it got made. It's a Sonic game made by Sonic fans, and it's done just right. Number 5.
Peggy 16.
What's the matter? Are you simply going to watch? Was your previous decision a mistake then? I am thou. Thou art I. Call upon my name and release thy rage!
It's time.
In number 5, we have, ironically enough, another game that starts with a 5. It's Persona 5. Now, Persona 5, I have kept my eye on it for a long time. Like, seriously, every time this game got delayed, I was like, damn it! Get here faster! I want it! But at the same time, part of me said, you know what? If it's delayed, it just means it'll be better when it comes out. And it was! It was a brilliant game. The opening was such a strong opening compared to Persona 4. It was so much. Just like, instead of waiting a while till the action kicks off, no, you're thrown head in. You're just thrown head first. Like, here! See if you can swim. Yeah, you can swim. So yeah, Persona 5 is just such a fun game. The music, oh, it's so good. I was going to live stream it, but unfortunately Atlas had a thing against streaming it. What you got against us, huh, Atlas? We're just trying to promote your game, make it better, so people can see it, have fun. But no. But the story as well has been very interesting. There have been points where I thought, that shouldn't be right. Like the transition from the first dungeon to the second dungeon. There was a bit in there that I felt didn't feel quite right, because at the same time I understand that they need to progress, but at the same time after they finished the first dungeon, I was like, well, you finished the first dungeon. I mean, what do you have to do afterwards? I mean, you don't have to do anything else. No, we have to rebel. How about learning how these powers work and then learn how to use them for even better purposes? Instead of just kicking some random adult's ass. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the plot of this game, but to my heart, Persona 4 will always be my favorite Persona game. But Persona 5 definitely gets number 5. It even got a #1 game of the 2017 Games Award of RPGs. Unfortunately, I can't disagree with that. Because if we move on to number 4, you'll see my pick for the #1 RPG of this year.
Alert. Heavy damage. Standard complex laser test activated. Initiating short battery control. Activating short-range attack gear. Alert. Large enemy group detected.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
In the number 4 spot, we have Nier Automata. Now, this is good stuff right here. This is right here. This game right here, I consider better than Persona 5, just for the sheer fact of, there's so much going on here, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, this game's apparently connected to another game that's connected to another game that's connected to this game. And the lore behind it is just confusing as hell. Luckily, it's its own separate games, and you don't need to know that lore, but when you look that lore up, you just have to go, what the fuck? But yeah, this is an action RPG, which in my personal opinion is more of my style. I've always preferred more of an action-based. I mean, I love the Kingdom Hearts series, and this game's just that in a nutshell. It's just action all the way. And it's Square stuff as well, so you did good. It's also got that Platinum feel vibe to it. It was actually made by Platinum as well. It's got that personal Platinum feel to it, and it's got so much goodness to it. And the main character you're seeing right now is an artificial humanoid, or an android. Yes, an android. Or cyborg? I never understood. Dragon Ball Z, you ruined my brain. One of those ruined to begin with, but still. Yeah, you play an artificial humanoid called 2B, and her whole mission is to destroy these alien robots. There are these cute little ones there that you have to kill. And then you get later onto the game, you find out there's more to them than that. The more you go on, they actually start talking in that, acting out like humans would. You're just like, they're just heartless machines. But then when you go and find some of them in a little village, you just have to go, okay, they've become sentient, and I have the option to kill them. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not that heartless. I am many things, but that heartless is not me. But this game is such creative, so much fun. You start the game off in a top-down shooter in a jet that transforms into a Gundam of all things, back into the jet, and then you're on land combat. And it's just so much craziness. I mean, first off, your whole mission in the first start of the game is to find a boss in a factory. Correction. It wasn't to find it in the factory, because it is the factory! The first boss is a giant factory-like machine, and when you take it down, it just calls for friends that are the same size. You're just like, okay, I struggle with just one of these fuckers. I had to take 3 more of them on. Self-destruct. But yeah, this game is so much fun. It has, I don't know, I think it has 42 endings, but a lot of them are just joke endings. Like, one of the endings is, you eat a fish, game over. I know, it's just silly. One of the other endings is, basically, if you go to that small village with all the robots and kill them all, you pretty much get an ending there. It's like, I did my job. I did it for my artificial people. But yeah, Nier Automata would definitely be my game of the year. However, it will not be the last RPG you'll see, because the next game you'll see will be an RPG in NumberThree.
I'm big! Will you deal with him, please? Look, Cousin Kyle, it's that mean kid who beat me up before. Yeah, oh no. Somebody stop him. Don't worry, Cousin Kyle. I have developed these super sensors which will make it almost impossible for him to beat us up this time. I have to stay out of this. Just please, please make him go away. Prepare to meet your doom, evil bully kid. Aunt Sheila! These kids are picking on me! What?
Who's picking on you?
In the number 3 spot, we have South Park, the fractured butt hole. See what they did there. Clever! But yes, South Park, the fractured butthole, is basically a very, very funny as hell RPG. Not as good as the original one is. Like, don't get me wrong. The Stick of Truth was brilliant, and I enjoyed everything about it, but something about this game, this doesn't feel quite the same. I mean, don't get me wrong. So South Park, I think it's because it's a strategy game. That's why I don't like it that much. But you're probably wondering, wait, if you don't like it that much, why is it this high up on the list? Because it's my list. I can play whatever I want, and I've been playing it more recently, so it's more fresh in my mind. Whereas Nier, I played more or less back at the start of the year. But yes, South Park is full of humor everywhere. Like Kyle's damn cousin back. I'm back.
right? Oh, goodness.
But yeah, all the hero personas that everyone makes is just so cute, and right now we're in an era where superheroes are the newest craze. Like, turn a corner, new Marvel film. Turn a corner, shitty DC film. Turn another corner, really good animation film of DC. It's like that right now. And I think South Park's just playing off that right now because that is the big thing. But yeah, South Park, The Fractured Butthole is definitely a very entertaining game. It's funny as hell, and it's a South Park game. It's gotta be raunchy and just makes you cringe at any corner it gives you. Number 2. In number 2, we have the one, the only, Cuphead! Now, this was so much fun, and the animation in this game is so much, it's just brilliant. I mean, this is all hand-drawn animation, done in the styles of the old 19 cartoons. And it's just like, oh, you can feel the love. I mean, this was done by 2 brothers who have a really big passion about the game, or a passion about old cartoons. And I can say this to you, bravo, brava. Because this game's got so much character to it, so much love, and it's that basic plot where there's no save the damsel, there's no stop the evil. It's just a matter of, we fucked up. We gotta get ourselves out of this. And that's what I like about it. It is hard as well, which is why I've seen a lot of art of it being like done in Dark Souls. But that's the thing, just like Dark Souls, you have to learn your enemy's pattern. You gotta figure it out. You just gotta tap it in. Just gotta tap it in. Give it a little tip tap tap woo. Just gotta get right in there. You just gotta work your magic on it. Enough of Happy Gilmore. But yeah, Cuphead is so much, it's just so good, and the music is done in just, oh, it's jazzy! It's so jazzy, I love it! It's hard as hell. Every time I've met up with my friends and that, we always do that old animation going up, down, just for a joke, like, where'd Cuphead to? But yeah, Cuphead, hard as hell, funnest game ever, but it's not number 1! No, the honor of number 1 goes to a truly worthy game. Over in number 1. Ahem. In the number 1 spot, we have a hat in time. This right here. This was the game I was looking so much forward to this year. It is by far the best game, and I am so happy I've got this game. I've been following this game back in 2013 when it was on Kickstarter, and this is a Kickstarter done right. It is literally, it's so good, and I've kept my eye on this game since the start. Certain things have been changed about the game. I could definitely tell that from the demo. I could definitely tell you hundreds of stories about who got deleted and who got remade and that, or certain orders of levels got rearranged, but I won't do that. I'm gonna let you experience the game for yourself, because this game right here, A Hat in Time, is by far the funnest game. It is what Yooka-Laylee should have been. It's the Banjo-Kazooie. You know what the best way to make a game that's meant to be a legacy to another game? Don't try to be it! That's how you do it. My number 9 failed miserably because it tried to be Mega Man. Yooka-Laylee failed miserably because it tried to be Banjo-Kazooie. A Hat in Time works perfectly because it's trying to be its own thing. It is a fun game. Most games at the very start, okay, I'm gonna tell you this. At the start of the game, you're pretty much like, okay then, so what do? You walk around a bit, then you find this little mustache girl who comes falling from the sky, beating up mafia members, and you're like, oh, okay, I could just follow her. But then there's this little ledge bit, and I was wondering, could I jump to that ledge? And you can. This game does not care what you do. You are free to explore. And here's another thing, you don't need to collect all the collectibles. Like in most games of this genre, the platform collectathon, you need to collect a certain amount of these things in order to pass. Not A Hat in Time. It's just like, they're there if you want to get them. You don't have to get them if you don't want to. Sure, there are things you get when you complete the level, but that's from completing the level. You don't need these tickets. You don't need all the hats. You don't need the buttons, but you can get them. That's how brilliant this game is, and I love everything about it. This game makes me feel like a kid again. It makes me feel like I'm a child playing my favorite platformer back in the day. I mean, Seriously, this game has so much heart put into it. It is so well done. The music, oh, the music's so good. The music of this game is so cheery that I have got the soundtrack on my phone, all of it, and it's just, I listen to it all the time. They put a lot of hard work, they put a lot of great effort into this game, and it paid off. A Hat in Time is more than worthy of being the #1 game. Hell, this should have been the #1 game of the year. Nier Automata got #1 RPG in my opinion. A Hat in Time, on the other hand, should have gotten Game of the Year because this game has got so much heart. Sure, Breath of the Wild's okay, but again, A Hat in Time. It's everything that Yooka-Laylee should have been. And all the Steamworks stuff as well. I've been on Steamworks and just looking at all this stuff. There is so much on here that people have been putting so much effort into, and I'm just like, there's so much love here. There's so much love here. There's a community that's not overdoing anything. It's just making shit that makes things fun. And this game is so much fun, and I recommend it to everyone who watches this game or plays this game. I've got a current playthrough on my channel, and I recommend if you see just one video, get this game. Just like if it doesn't pull your heartstrings, if it doesn't make you want to play platformers, go see your doctor. You have got issues. But yeah, A Hat in Time is my #1 game of the year for every reason why. Well, this has been one hell of a top 10. I've literally been putting this thing together for the last couple of weeks, and I am so happy that I got around to it. I'm gonna try to do more top 10s in the new year as well, so look forward to that, kids. Because I want to do more top 10s on my channel. I'm not gonna stop doing Let's Plays, but they will slow down if I don't pick up the pace. Because, yeah, my channel's been kind of dead for a week now because of this thing. But who cares? This top 10 meant a lot to me, and I'm more than happy to do it more times. Because there's a lot more games out there that I want to make top 10s of. Top 10 platformers, top 10 RPGs, top 10, I don't know, top 10 weapon wielders. I did scythe last time. What could be a good weapon this time? Leave it in the comments section below if you want me to make a certain top 10. But as always, to be continued, and hopefully in the new year.